You know that we started off with Veilomani Food Bank, which was one of my last project when I was managing 3 ministries. And it was a social responsibility project for my 3 ministries then. And it still remains so. FCCC assisted us in a big way. And their main focus was to take care of COVID-19 patients or communities that were isolated, and how we're going to feed them. So that was the main idea behind it. But now that we are left with only 4 patients, and we are eagerly waiting for Fiji to be declared COVID-free, then we have to now divert our attention elsewhere. And you may have read in the newspapers, we had put out a statement saying that we have been looking after heart and informal settlements. Heart is one area or a sector where people who are extremely poor, they live in those little houses that the government has provided, and they pay $5 rent per week. But ever since COVID-19 came and people don't have any form of employment, they're not paying anything, so they're living there free. And again, under COVID-19 response, some decisions were made by the government then that we will provide electricity free and water free. So we are providing all that to the community in Hard Settlement. But then we realized that they still need food. And Veilomani Food Bank is currently assisting residents living in Hart and also in the informal settlement. So far we have provided assistance to 319 households, and just last weekend I'm told that 16 food parcels were given to an informal settlement. And because Ministry of Housing they have undertaken a socio-economic survey of each and every informal settlement that comes under ministry, they really know who these people are, what's their financial background, and so forth. So it is our intention to continue with this project and keep assisting people who have lost their job and they're living in informal settlement or in a very poor condition and they need our assistance. So we are still accepting donations, we are still accepting any form of assistance that is coming our way. Ministry of Housing as well as FCCC behind the scene, they have been keeping a record of families they have assisted and the areas where they have assisted, the people, their phone number, and all the details are there. They also receive calls from informal settlements, and when the staff, they do their regular visits, they make a list, and again the housing team, they go out and deliver the food parcels. So this is generally what we are doing to look after people who are living in informal settlements. Recently you may have heard that after TC cyclone there were some settlements impacted by landslide and excavation and whatnot. So a lot of things happened. And again, we are looking after these families who are in the evacuation center till their houses are built by the Ministry of Housing's. They have rural carpenters for rural housing, so we're using those carpenters to do the houses for some of these residents. So that's all I wanted to share with you, and also say thank you very much for all your assistance. I know, Ambassador, you had donated some food to FCCC. I just read it from the papers. Just digressing a bit from the usual food bank and Veilomani and COVID-19, I also like to take this opportunity now to thank each Ambassador and the High Commissioner for your continuous assistance you've been providing to Fiji. I know British High Commission assisted Riki Market with their plastic-free initiative, so thank you for that. And of course, Japanese Ambassador is Japan is one country who always stands there to assist Fiji in all our waste collection, and it's such a difficult task just managing the waste in Fiji, but we are coming up with some interesting concept At the moment, we are discussing how we can form this waste management corporation in the central division, which will be looked after by all 4 municipal councils. So it will be a business arm of the municipal council, so they can just let it out and get the garbage collection going with a minimum fee that each and every household has to pay, just like you pay your water bill, your electricity bill, you've got to pay your waste collection bill. So on a similar concept, so we are working out the nitty-gritties of how we can roll that initiative. And then also I'd like to thank the New Zealand High Commissioner. You have provided us with a number of assistance, and one is the housing advisor, which is so, we just needed a housing advisor to guide us and come up with our policies and law. We definitely need an advisor who can guide us in preparing a legislation to deal with informal settlements, or how the lots are allocated and how the houses should be done for low-cost housing and for rural housing. So that is really helping the ministry. And of course, not forgetting the Australian High Commissioner and your assistance. You've provided assistance in making this accommodation for women market vendors, and number of initiatives of that nature has rolled out. So all these initiatives are actually geared to low-income earners and how we can make their life better. So I truly appreciate all your assistance so far and look forward to further collaboration. So, thank you.
Thank you.